welcome to episode 35. I'm going in without even double checking of Stream Roulette. Daniel Towns with Steph Broadbridge. Hello.
Hi, hello. And this week we watched
Dahmer.
Ooh.
Jeffrey D. Let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome to episode 35 of Stream Roulette. I'm Steph Broadbridge here with Daniel Towns. Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. A bit tired.
Yeah, same. I had a nap. I've only
Did you?
been up for like 45 minutes.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I was up early this morning and then I said, all right, I'm having a nap. Yeah.
Bad weather, lots of public holidays have led to some small crowds, difficult rooms.
Hey, come here, buddy. Can you pass me that bag up there? Sorry, that dog. There you go. All right, come on, bud. I haven't had any gigs this week. I've after Fringe, and it's because of the weather. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of weather that I want to go out in.
No one does.
Yeah, no one does. Yeah, you forget that. Like, oh, hang on, I might be passionate about this craft, but other people's passion to not get wet trumps this.
I'm actually amazed people still came out. A lot of couples.
Yeah.
I can't work out what that means.
Yeah, right.
So a lot of couples have come out in this weather.
Okay.
And they're kind of quiet.
Maybe it's their night. Maybe it's their time to shine. They go,
their
let's
date
go.
night.
Or maybe it's quiet couple night.
Quiet.
Let's go tonight. There won't be many people out.
Maybe.
You know? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's in that sense, it's not a bad reason to go out. Like, if you're with someone, you know, because you could get everywhere quieter.
Yeah, true.
If you don't mind driving or commuting in the rain, or you live close to where you go, you know, like that's not the worst, I suppose.
If you don't mind waiting 2 hours for a train.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or they're just British and they're used to going out in the rain, you know, and they're like, oh, well, whatever.
Sydney doesn't do weather.
Keep calm and carry on. I don't. I just shut inside.
No, but like Sydney's in denial that it has weather.
Oh, this year has been a write-off.
They said it's the wettest Sydney
Yeah, easily.
in years.
Yeah, well, there's been about 3-4 weeks ago, the park was absolutely packed on the weekend. And I said that to Amanda. I said, I forgot it got this busy. Like, this is crazy. And she said, yeah, well, this is the nicest weekend we've had all year. And weather-wise, it was. Like, it's been terrible. Like, the first 3-4 months of the year, I was walking him twice a day in the rain.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to have to start doing that again.
I'm just thinking, like, if we had anyone listening from the UK to us, like, carrying on about the rain in Sydney.
Yeah. Hey, well, we get more rainfall per capita.
Yeah?
Yeah, a percentage based. Yeah, ours just doesn't. Ours comes down a lot. Like we get a lot more. Theirs is just drizzle. Like you know what I mean? It's like just mist.
I don't mind drizzle.
No, it's fine.
I like
I
some
don't
drizzle.
I don't even take an umbrella out. Like over there, you know, it's just the kind of stuff. It doesn't even really wet your clothes. You're just like, oh, okay, that's a bit damp.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's a bit damp, but it's not wet. Yeah. But no, here, we get more rain, like in millimeters or whatever per year, because
I didn't know that.
subtropical.
There you go. Well, then we have every right to complain.
We're learning.
How dare you
You're
judge
learning.
us for that
That's probably the
in
first thing
people that I just made up.
That's probably the first thing you've ever learnt from me.
That's not true. I learned a lot doing the Fringe show with you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun kind of doing that with you guys for 5 nights or however many we did. And then going back to the lowest of the low, sign up on the night open mics and me just being like, oh no, I am quite good at this, like relative.
Oh, comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you had great gigs with us as well, though.
I know, but you know when you just...
Oh, no, it's a different comparison point.
Yeah. I went from like the best in Australia to the worst in Australia and I was on both lineups and I was like, okay, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Well, it is, I mean, initially when I went over to the UK, like a big part of the reason that was like, it was like, oh, when you're the best one on most of the lineups.
You need to move on.
Well, if there's nothing to push you, you know.
Yeah. You don't want to be the best.
And then you go over there and it's like, oh, right, awesome. Like, yeah.
Oh, man, if I ever get to be the best in Australia, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where are you going?
Anywhere else.
Yeah.
Anywhere with better comics.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's that? Canada, America,
everywhere.
UK, New Zealand, parts of Asia.
Oh, did you see there's some comedy Hall of Fame thing that's coming out?
What is
like
it?
an Australian Comedy Hall of Fame. I don't know, but apparently there's going to be a bricks and mortar venue in Ballarat or something. But it's the guy that used to do the Punchline DVD distributor, Milan. You know that guy?
No.
Oh, you haven't been drinking with Milan yet?
Before my time.
Okay. Oh, he's still around.
Okay.
But it's like the inductees for that. Like it's Fiona O'Loughlin, Carl Barron,
Right.
you know, Hughesy. But then there's like some ones that you just wouldn't expect. And then like Kappa's on there.
Really?
Yeah, Kappa's like, don't know how I got on here. You know? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
What is it?
It's like a Australian Comedy Hall of Fame, like trying to be an official.
So like a physical building.
Yeah, and like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or whatever, but an Australian comedy one because it's required.
I mean, if someone doesn't draw a cock and balls on that,
Yeah.
then they're not appreciating comedy the way it's supposed to be appreciated.
Exactly.
I
Speaking
want
of
some horns. I want some cock and balls.
speaking of cock and balls, the skate park across the road.
Yeah.
I walked through there with him because for some reason, he likes walking through it.
The dog.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, clarify that. And some of the graffiti in there is quite, there's some really homophobic stuff in there.
Really?
Yeah. And we're to the point where I was like, oh, and this is the inner west too. And like, I thought that would have been,
I guess in the inner west, graffiti is their only outlet for homophobia.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true.
It's got to come out somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. And I suppose they're just spraying it on the inside of a bowl. I mean, it's not good. Part of me was like, I need a spray can. I'll go cover it up. Like, just cover up 5 words. What are you doing? I don't have a hose, so I'm fixing it.
Also, it's probably an 8-year-old kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all kids down there. It's
Yeah.
funny, though, because they all hang out down there. Like, you see them all the time. Like, especially when it's like this, but not raining, so cold, and because they get it to themselves. And, like, they hang out down there. They love it. And it's a really good skate park. But then they also trash it. Like, if you walk through it, like, they always throw, like, bottles into the bottom of the bowl. You know what I mean? It just becomes like a
Yeah.
big bin. Because I think once it gets dark and they're just sitting around and...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or there's always like just a box of fried chicken bones on the floor, and it's like, oh, this is.
Well, it's like a kid's bedroom, right? If like the mum didn't come in and tell them to clean it up, they never would.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just.
Doesn't mean they don't like their room.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So, what did you think of Jeffrey D?
God.
That was a fucking
It
hard
was
watch, wasn't
so
it?
full on.
Yeah.
I just read what the blurb says, and also sorry to go on a weird tangent early, but the blurb I found confusing. So it says, story of the Milwaukee monster told from the perspective of the victims and police incompetence that allowed the Wisconsin native to go on a multi-year killing spree. Do you think it was told from the perspective of the victims?
100% not.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I just-
his perspective, right?
Yeah,
Or
I feel
we
that-
were a fly on the wall, or...
Yeah, the deaf guy was a little bit from his perspective, but no, like if it was from their perspective, the show would have been called The Victims.
Yeah.
And like he would have just been some news reporter that no one knew who they were, and
Yeah.
like they would have been the main cast.
So that I thought was weird, but...
Yeah, that is weird.
Did you watch the whole thing? Or?
I don't think we did the whole thing, but he's in jail. Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler. I don't know if you got that far.
He was...
I'm kidding.
I mean,
you know what happened in the story. That was a joke. You know
he was in jail in the first episode.
Oh, okay, but then
It starts at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, so he's in there now and doing all the psych stuff, and his dad's trying to get him to plead insanity
Oh, right.
because there was someone else in the state that did it. Who was the one that had their skulls on the bedposts and whatnot? Because I thought that was Dahmer. But no, he just jerked off over them and dismembered them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He liked the guts.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? But, you know, when he was in prison too, like, he wouldn't agree to going with insanity.
Yeah, right.
Like he's saying to his dad, like, but I knew what I was doing, you know. And he's like, I was blackout drunk, and you know, like, yeah. Like he knew what he was doing.
The drinking was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the first time I'd ever seen him. Like, I didn't realize he was an alco.
Yeah, same.
You know, like I didn't realize that.
That was interesting.
I think if you want to play a psychopath on TV, the trick is to not swing your arms when you walk. Did you pick that up?
No.
He definitely doesn't swing his arms when he walks. And
I thought it was just taking long pregnant pauses before answering questions.
yeah.
There was a lot of that. It was played by he was played by Evan Peters.
Yeah, and he did a great job, I thought.
Who was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even filming some of those scenes would have been horrible. Like the naked on the fucking dead body and, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was, I mean, at least they showed the incompetence of the police. And they did tell a little bit of the victim stories. But yeah, it's definitely not from their perspective.
Yeah, but it was almost like police academy level of incompetence. Like it was very 2D.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it was, I skipped through a bunch of this.
Really? What, just uncomfortable to watch? Well, I could only do one a night.
There were scenes I couldn't watch.
Oh, like which ones? Oh, you wouldn't know because you didn't watch them.
No, any of like it wasn't even like the gross body stuff because I can do like disgusting doctor shows. So it wasn't that. It was the trap right before they're about to die.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch that bit.
Yeah, okay.
It was too tense
and
too slow and too in real time. And I just felt crazy watching it as a viewer.
Yeah.
And experiencing it in real time and being like why would I watch this? Why would anyone want to watch this?
Just show us the body. I didn't realize that there was a majority black men.
Yeah.
Like as well.
Well, it was just he was attacking the most sort of vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I suppose they would be more likely.
Or is that how they're portraying it?
No, I've seen his victims. They are.
Oh, no, they are. Yeah. But is that specifically who he targeted?
He targeted anyone who would come to his apartment for money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and there's the vulnerability, isn't it? Yeah.
So, like, a rich kid's not going to do that.
I can't believe the cops gave that boy back, you know?
Yeah.
And the neighbour's good. She's really good.
Yeah.
I'm not She's got a great accent.
She does. She has a great accent that is off limits to Daniel.
Yeah. And he just realised as he started it.
He didn't do it. He caught himself just in time, listeners. He would never. Yeah, I couldn't. Okay, this is one thing I thought with this show. The fact that they started at the end made it unbelievably difficult to watch. Because I've realised just from this one show, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm saying it's probably a deliberate, very clever device they've used. But usually when you have these terrible biopics about the serial killers, it starts with them as a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we slowly see them
become a monster.
And by that point, we're desensitized to some of the horrific stuff. And we almost relate to them in a way because we've lived their life with them for 2 hours or however long the movie goes for. Whereas this threw you in it straight away, where it was at its absolute peak.
That's true.
Of depravity. And then they were like, okay, cool, this happened. And now we're going to go backwards and explain why. And I'm like, that is so much.
Right. It's a big conk on the head first,
Yeah.
isn't it? But then I suppose everyone knows the end. Oh, man, who knows why they did it the way they did it.
Yeah, but I think that's why
right,
people are having a really difficult time with this one specifically.
Oh, and it's just because it is like, I mean, Bundy was horrible, but it wasn't depraved. You know what I mean? Like, this is real sicko shit. Like, Bundy took a bite out of some of his victims and whatnot, but he didn't fucking... And what about the one when he said, why did you leave him there? Why did you scatter the bones in the backyard? Did you see that? And he's like, I just wanted him around me.
Yeah, but that humanized him, didn't you think?
Oh, yeah, because that's what I think when I've got a bag of human bones.
But that's the most human thing he said the whole thing.
What, having people around?
That he didn't want him to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, not that. Just having him around him.
But that was the same impulse.
Yeah, totally. It's just so weird.
They wanted to leave. He wanted to control the situation, so he killed them.
I still wonder, back to what was the other one we did? Gacy. He was the other one. Like, I wonder how much a part of it is but the sexuality angle. And, like, the views towards it at that time. Because, like, even his dad, you're going to the army. Like, it was a different era of parenting and obviously what was being thrown around and whatnot. I'm not saying he was a serial killer because he was gay and society wouldn't let him be gay.
No.
But I want to know how much
But he did grow up thinking that his thoughts were evil and that there was something wrong with him.
Yeah, and his internal hatred. Yeah. So I want to know how much that actually...
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure it had something to do with it. But, I mean, you can't possibly... If you aren't a psychopath, you can't possibly understand what would compel someone to do that. Because even... I hated it, honestly.
Yeah, right.
I even hate that they made it. I found the whole thing completely exploitive, and it made me angry.
Have you been to the part yet where none of his family could profit off it?
No.
Okay, because even his dad wrote a book and couldn't profit off it. Like, all the money went to the victims.
I mean, that doesn't bother me.
No, but like when it comes to exploitation and all that kind of stuff, like they made it hard at the time for it to be, like at the time it was hard to exploit. They're exploiting it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the victims weren't asked permission.
Oh, really?
Not one.
Yeah, so it's just another fucking, here's a famous name. Yeah.
So they didn't get permission from them. And there's been a real, I mean, I don't want to go too off topic, but...
no, go.
There's been a bunch of these types of shows now that we're making at the moment, and it literally is, look how horrible this person's life was in the 90s or the 60s or the 70s, and it's like this kind of disgusting, like, remember how we really exploited them?
Well, they're trying to make anti-hero TV with real people. Like, they're trying to make Tony Sopranos and Walter White out of, like, like that.
Yeah.
That kind of show. They're trying,
But
they're not. You shouldn't like them. You should never watch something about Dahmer and go, oh, no, he's just a little bit misunderstood.
Like Elvis? The Elvis one was like that.
Yeah.
And then there's a new one called Blonde. I don't know if you've seen it, about Marilyn Monroe. It's almost as bad as it's almost as bad as Dahmer. Like, in terms of just the aggression and the rape and the horrific behavior of those. It's just like, it's so bad. There's a new one called called Pam and Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but I've seen
it's
it.
about the sex tape scandal.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get permission off Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee to make that. They bought the rights to the Rolling Stones article that that was talking about the incident, and that's how they got away with making that film. So how can you in good conscience kind of watch that? Like, I mean, I'm sure I will watch it. I'm not judging people. I would totally watch it, but it's like a horrible pattern of behaviour.
It is. It really is. But I guess that's just how desperate people are to keep making stuff and keep their jobs and like.
Yeah, but why do we like it?
Well, I don't know if we like it. It's just what we're presented with.
But we do like it.
Well, it is a fascinating story. Like, I got to say, like I was creeped out. I didn't enjoy watching it either, and it was a hard watch. But like, it was a fascinating. Like, the things that fascinated me was the fact that he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go insanity or whatever, and the fact that when he said, like, he was trying to be a good boy. He didn't do it for a while. He goes, I was trying to be a good boy, but then he realised how easy it was and that he could get away with it if he was careful. Like, I found that fascinating that was the deal he made with himself. Like, if you're careful, you can keep getting away with this.
Yeah.
You know, like
the moral compass.
Oh, just, that insight to his, yeah.
Oh, it is fascinating.
But even like his grandmother, you know, like, and I get it, like that would be hard for her to challenge him, you know, like especially with that temper and, you know, but the dad.
He was pretty fit.
Yeah. I doubt he was that muscly though. Like, because that guy's pretty lean.
No, I've seen photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was pretty buff.
Yeah, right. I don't rate him though, like as a...
As a what, a serial killer?
Yeah. Like, he wouldn't
Really?
be... No, he's not a high tier to me. He's a...
Yeah. He's up there for me.
Yeah.
I put him above Bundy.
I don't think so. Not for me, because Bundy has that intelligence level of like escaping, representing himself, you know, and he got the death penalty.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bigger story.
Well, I mean,
this guy got...
Dahmer got the death penalty.
Yeah. He got some rough justice, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. They tried to make... I don't know if that's a race thing or not. I know they tried to play that angle. But then you hear
I
it was
did look up the guy and I couldn't find...
It was just something about the food line or something.
Yeah, I couldn't find why he did it. But
just prison politics. He even wanted the death chair. like the death chair, the electric chair. He's like, I asked for it. You know, like on his first day in prison, people are saying to him, you know, you should have got the electric chair. He's like, I want it.
Yeah, right.
He gets up and says something in the cafeteria. Yeah, no, look, obviously he's rated. I don't rate him. I don't rate serial killers. He's one of the more known ones, but I don't think it's... I even found the Gacy one a little bit more. You know, because I don't know, this one just loses me with the... It's not even... It's, yeah, the fucking...
Is it the desperation? Organs. Is that what it was that wasn't...
What, of the people that he killed?
No,
or?
of him. Because it was motivated by desperation, if you believe this TV show.
Oh, no, I think it was more just the organs and that that sexual side of it.
Yeah, but where did the sexual side come from?
Like, I would have been okay if it was... Like, I wouldn't have been okay. It would have been more normal to me if it was just your standard sexual assault and then murder. As opposed to murder first and then, like, that's... You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying the other one either's better... But, like,
yeah,
that's something that's been presented in media. See,
that part I related to, because I was like, I'm known to buy the odd shiny thing that I don't need, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
I've seen a shiny thing and gone, I need that. I need that unicorn necklace. I've fallen for that.
Did you know apparently guys can still procreate 15 minutes after death?
Really?
I didn't know that.
Why do you know that?
Because if I tell you how I know it, you're going to know where I heard it. It's just more interesting to say that I was discussing this show with someone.
Yeah.
And I said, like, why would you... Like, what's the... And they made that comment. Like, so maybe, you know, maybe you're lonely. Yeah, I think that's the part that got me. Like, that's just a bit slimy and creepy and...
Yeah, but at least they're dead.
That's true.
I'd rather be killed and then raped.
Yeah, then no, obviously. Obviously.
I mean, if we're playing that game, would you rather with serial killers? Which we apparently are.
Well, that's not how it was meant to come out. All I said was the other way, the more traditional way.
Yeah.
That seems to be
you respect them more
no, just
as an artist.
No, that's what's been portrayed in the media more. Like, that's more standard.
Yeah, but then...
That's a more standard MO.
Well, then you should respect the guy who's, like, you know, subverting the form.
Oh, was it you on stage talking about music? Or was that Heggy?
What?
Don't like pop music or something. The attention span, ADHD. Someone?
I don't know. It could have been anyone.
Oh, okay. Anyway, well, I was going to say because they put the chorus at the start of the songs now.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah, like we watched a thing called This Is Pop.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they've started putting the chorus at the start of songs to really suck people in.
So you think that's why they started with the gory thing?
Oh, no. This is just something else.
Okay.
That was just a little tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, back to the creep.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right.
I thought that's what you were saying.
No.
Oh.
No, it doesn't matter.
Maybe it is.
Maybe. All right. Yeah, it was. There's layers to my thought. Oh. Tell you what, these afternoon naps are a killer.
Yeah?
Yeah. And what do you got this week?
I'm going to Newcastle tonight.
Oh, that's a fucking commute in this weather.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, a 5-hour round trip.
Yeah. It's gonna be
You getting a lift or a train?
I'm getting a lift.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's nice.
Thank you, Hamish.
Hopefully it's nice company. Oh, that's good. But yeah, that's a bitch of a commute.
Yeah.
I've actually enjoyed, this week. I looked at the weather and it's like, no, maybe I'll
stay in.
I'll hit the open mics next week. Yeah, it's been rough. It's been really rough. But I really enjoyed Fringe. You know,
Did you?
Yeah, I did. That was a fun one for me. Like last year I wasn't as prepared already, I don't think. Whereas this year I still wasn't as prepared already, but there was enough distance between me and what I wanted to talk about, you know, so I could actually sell it.
True.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I thought
it was really fun. I had the best time.
Yeah, I think everyone had really good stuff.
Good vibe down at the factory too.
Yeah, it is.
Full credit to them for that because it hasn't been in the past, and this year in particular, it really had a really nice.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
I think every year. I think it gets better every year.
Yeah, probably.
Like there's something new every year. You know, it's like they just build on. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've always been
They've got a
impressed
couple of new spaces. It's real
down
good.
there. Just with the hangout as well. The hardest thing is parking. But then I didn't realise I lived so close. Walked there in 15
You're
minutes.
a 23-minute walk
Yeah,
away
yeah, no, less for
without
me.
giving away your address.
Less for me. I got long legs.
Yeah, so, okay, no more biopics for me. I can't. I have to have a break from them.
What, serial killer ones or biopics in
Anything
general?
that's like exploding, people like that. And I'm not being like on my moral high horse because
No.
I actually love shows like that.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't want to watch them for a while is because I feel like I'm going to start to resent them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, you're going to love the next one.
What is
then.
it?
The next one is, it's not one of those things.
Okay.
It is The Real Bling Ring. Mm-hmm. And it's about I was going to make some lame joke about people blinging their asshole.
It's like bedazzling for your
Yeah,
butt.
yeah, that's what I was, but it's too long. I couldn't get the word in it. The Real Bling Ring, Hollywood Heist. A group of LA teenagers arrested in 2009 for stealing from celebrity homes inspired a media frenzy and a movie. Two of them tell their stories.
Okay.
Okay, so this isn't exploitive,
It's a little bit.
but they're telling their stories.
Yeah. About how they exploited celebrities.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, well, look, if you don't want to watch exploitive
I do want to watch it.
TV,
It actually sounds really interesting.
we'll have to do...
I'm just feeling a bit like, I don't know what it was about this show or whether it was the fact that I happened to watch it and Blonde at the same time and it was the two of them together, but something in my brain exploded and I'm like, I can't.
Oh, I think sometimes you can definitely watch too much of one
Yeah.
genre
And
or
I
whatever.
love true crime. Like, I
Yeah.
am so guilty of it. I do jokes about it on stage. Like, I'm obsessed with true crime. And for whatever reason, this was over the edge for me.
Well, that one is also very... Look, it's. I don't know how you've been mentally in the lead up to Fringe and whatnot, but you've been very busy.
Yeah.
No, and I find those shows like can be really emotionally taxing if I'm not in a mindset of just like...
I think it's because it was too real.
Yeah,
because
right.
When I watch true crime, the kind of true crime that I watch, it's all done in this very sort of campy, two-dimensional... No one expected the guy next door to be the killer he ended up being.
and this was just like, here's the
and
monster.
like they don't show, and then the reenactments are so fake. It's almost like you're watching one of those Disney kind of parade things in movie world. Like that's those like fake reenactments they do in those theme parks.
Yeah.
That's the level of reenactment. And it's like tomato sauce splashing onto the camera, and you're like, well, this I can separate myself from this, and you don't even really feel the actual emotions, which is why they're so popular. And this one forced me to actually feel the emotions, which I suppose makes it better in a way because you should be.
Yeah, you should feel the emotion, but then you don't want to.
It really messed up my brain because now I feel guilty for watching any of those shows in the past.
Right, wow. That's a fucking...
It was like
There's a lot going on
so
there.
much. Because I think I messaged you and I'm like, this was a lot.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, I'm not doing more than one a night.
Yeah.
Well, it's not over yet because there's still the artwork.
Yes.
So you gotta-
okay.
You get to draw him or a body part.
What do I do?
Well, what are our options here? You could draw him naked, haunched down on top of someone, on top of a dead... You could just draw him with a beer in his hand.
Maybe just the beer.
Well, they were Budweisers, weren't they?
Maybe the mannequin.
Oh, the mannequin in his bed. How about that for a freak out?
That was super creepy. That was some beautiful camera work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was...
I didn't expect a mannequin either.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, would you recommend this show?
Oh, look, if you're into those things, definitely check it out. Like, I thought it was good. Like, I liked it, but for the reasons that I didn't like it. But it's just
Great
a hard
cast.
watch. Like, it's just, I found it hard to watch. It's one of those, occasionally something comes along. Like, what's that other one? Blessed Be the Fruit. The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
That one, I find that's a hard watch.
Yeah, true.
But that said, I can do a couple of those in a row. And
It's fiction as well.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
But like initially, it's like, oh, whoa, this is hard to get into. But yeah, this one was a bit... Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What about you? You don't recommend it?
I think watch it if you think you like true crime.
Yeah.
And find out if you actually like it.
and see how you go.
Because I've learned that I don't actually like it.
Yeah, right. Just not that true.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I like a little bit true crime. Slightly fabricated crime.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, well then we'll see how we go with the bling ring.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll catch us next time.
Bye.
See ya.